Hi guys, today's verse comes from 2 Corinthians 12:9, and it says, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is perfected in weakness. Therefore I will most gladly boast all the more about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may reside in me." Okay, so what it's saying here is that my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is perfected in weakness. So whenever we, give God our weaknesses, whenever we're weak before God, that's when we feel his power and his spirit. My power is perfected in weakness, and we also need to share our weaknesses with others in the church or in the community, because there's something powerful about getting vulnerable. And also weaknesses, it could also be in like when you're just quiet and you haven't felt God in a while. Maybe you're just going through like a dry season. You haven't felt God. He's just been quiet. That's the most when you will feel God, because if you're just quiet, you don't feel his presence, and then out of nowhere you may feel his presence, and then it's going to be overwhelming, and that's how God works. And then it says, therefore I most gladly boast all the more about my weakness, so that Christ's power may reside in me. God's power, God's Holy Spirit will reside in you when you share your weakness and let God know like your weak spots. Like God already knows, but he wants you to tell him. Alright, I'm going to read the devotion that goes along with that, and it says, "Thank me for the conditions that are requiring you to be still. Do not spoil these quiet hours by wishing them away, waiting impatiently to be active again. Some of my greatest works in my kingdom have been done from sick beds and prison cells. Instead of resenting the limitations of a weakened body, search for my way in the midst of these very circumstances. Limitations can be liberating when your strongest desire is living close to me. Quietness and trust enhance your awareness of my presence with you. Do not despise these simple ways of serving me. Although you feel cut off from the activity of the world, your quiet trust makes a powerful statement in spiritual realms. My strength and power show themselves most effective in weakness." Alright, so that was kind of a lot, but basically he's saying right here, we need to thank God for these moments where he's like making us, wait and be quiet and be still. That's when God works the most. And something that really stuck out to me right here is quietness and trust enhance your awareness of my presence with you. And that's so true. Whenever we're in quietness and just in still, and then we feel God's presence, it's overwhelming. So whatever season that you're in right now, quiet, still, know that God is going to work.